Hello, brothers. Craig James here from masculinebydesign.com. You can look me up on Twitter at Masculine Design. I want to talk to you today about fasting. Now, I've been experimenting with fasting in some form or another for about 6 years now. So I got my start with fasting, doing intermittent fasting, which many of you are probably familiar with. And the approach that I followed was the 16-8 protocol, which essentially means I was not eating for 16 hours in a 24-hour period, and then making sure to get all of my meals, all the calories that I needed to get in during the other 8 hours. So typically what this looks like is simply skipping breakfast. So you would eat your last meal at before bedtime, and then skip breakfast, eat it maybe one or two the next day, and that's how you would follow a 16-8 protocol. Well, going into the spring of 2018, we worked as a group in the Fraternity of Excellence on February of Fitness in order to get our bodies in shape, ready for the warmer weather, ready to wear less clothes, be at the pool, be at the beach, whatever, so we can display that masculine presence to the world and show that we are men of discipline, that we value the one and only bodies that we've been given by Almighty God. And so we were working through February of Fitness, and part of that was reading through The Metabolic Blowtorch Diet by Jay Campbell. Now, Jay Campbell has put this book together as a basically instruction guide, a guide on how to go about fasting for optimizing health, optimizing fat loss, and also doing so in a way that doesn't compromise your ability to build muscle as well. And it's a great read. I recommend that all of you give it a read at some point in time. Now, what that book introduced me to that I was not familiar with before was the concept of extended fasting. And when I say I'm not familiar with it, I heard of it, but I had never really experimented with going longer than 16 hours or so without eating. Now, Jay came on the podcast inside of the Fraternity of Excellence, and all the members in there got a chance to grill him with their questions on fasting, and he talked a lot about the health benefits and fat loss benefits of fasting for longer periods of 20, 24, even more than that, 24 hours straight. And in his book, he goes into this as well. And so I started experimenting with that. And I learned that fasting, one, it is a very easy way to lean out. It's a very simple way to lean out because you just don't eat. And to be honest, it sounds very daunting if you've not done it before, but it really isn't that bad. I mean, once you just commit yourself to not eating, you just don't do it. You deal with those hunger pains as they come, and they quickly subside. They'll come and they'll stay with you for a little bit because your body's used to eating every so often. And once you abstain from eating and you basically just tell yourself you're not eating, your body realizes it's not getting any food, and that hunger subsides, and then it comes back a little bit later, and it'll subside and comes back. And each time you just tell yourself you're not going to do it. Now, I don't intend for this video to be a treatise on fasting, but I say all this to build up to the point that I want to make. And that is, when it comes to any vice that you have in your life, whether it's food, whether it's porn, whether it's video games, whether it's alcohol, no matter what that is, if you have a vice in your life, what fasting teaches is the power that a man has over his behaviors and over his decisions. If I can tell myself that I'm not going to eat for 24 hours, 30, I've gone 31 hours is the longest I've gone without eating. If I can tell myself I'm not going to eat and not eat food for 31 hours, there is nothing that I cannot tell myself that I'm going to do or that I'm not going to do that I can't achieve. If I can tell myself I'm not going to eat and not eat for 31 hours, there's no reason that a man can't abstain from porn. There's no reason that a man can't quit smoking. There's no reason that a man can't quit drinking. Whatever that vice might be, there's no reason that a man can't stop doing drugs. Food is the most basic instinct. Eating food is the most basic instinct we have. We need it to survive. If you can make a hard decision to simply not eat, you can make a hard decision to not drink. You can make a hard decision to stay away from porn. You can make that decision and you can follow through with it. Now, I've quit a number of vices in my life, a number of them. I used to smoke weed on a daily basis. Haven't done that in I don't even know, many, many years now. And that was a decision that I made after coming to faith in Jesus Christ, that was not in alignment with the will that God had for my life. That was not of benefit to me. And the next video I'm going to be doing is going to talk about that connection between my faith and my journey towards self-discipline, and how what God defines as sin is intimately connected to the way that we need to go about defining our progress as men on that path of exhibiting self-discipline in order to improve ourselves in one way or another. But the fact remains that when we decide to do something, we do it. My partner, Hunter, has decided he is not drinking. He said 2019 will be the year that he does not have a drop of alcohol, and I believe him, because Hunter has put his mind to it. He has decided ahead of time that drinking is off limits. He will not do it. He's making a decision, and his actions are going to follow his mind. This is what you have to do, men. If you have vices that you're dealing with right now, and I'm not going to say that you might not falter. I've made decisions on things that I said I won't do anymore, and I've done very well for a time of not doing them, and I slipped back in. It's because my mind got weak. I forgot the commitment that I had made. I didn't keep that decision on the forefront of my mind, and compromise seeped in. Make a decision. Remind yourself of that decision often. There's nothing that you can't overcome, brothers. Nothing. If fasting teaches us anything, and it teaches us many things, it is that a man is capable to achieve as much as he is willing and able to commit his mind to. If you enjoyed this video, let me know below in the comments section. Give me a subscribe. I am building this channel up from what seems like the ground floor after leaving the Family Alpha YouTube channel that I had helped build over the last several months. That's almost to 1,000 subscribers, coming here to being less than 200. It's a little bit of a setback in terms of the number of views and things like that I'm going to get, but I plan to bring you guys high quality videos, hard-hitting information, things that are intended to enhance your life. If that is the kind of information that you need, that you want, then I encourage you to subscribe below. Share this video with your friends, family, other men in your life who you know will need it. Give the video a like. If you want to join up with a group of men who are committed to eliminating their vices, who are committed to a standard of excellence, not perfection, excellence. Perfection is unattainable, but it is an ideal that we should strive for. And as we do that, we will hit excellence. And that is what the Fraternity of Excellence is all about. It's a group of men admonishing each other, holding each other accountable, building each other up toward that standard of excellence that each of them professes to desire in their lives, in the way that they desire it. Each man walks a unique path, but it is also similar. It is a path that is in alignment with his convictions, whatever they may be. And it is a path that needs to be uncompromising. And when a man does compromise, he dusts himself off and he gets right back on the horse and keeps moving toward that destination. That is what we do inside of the Fraternity of Excellence. If you want to check that out, go to fraternityofexcellence.com. That's all I have for today, man. Again, you can find me on Twitter at Masculine Design. Until next time, this is Craig James. I am out.